Bro, chill.
Can't do it, man. I'm not.
I can hear it from your.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Bro, it's a lot scarier in the passenger seat.
Anything I was feeling, mate.
God. Over 2 years ago, we reviewed two of the best SV6 examples we can find in Melbourne. Then we wanted more, you guys wanted more. So we reviewed the red supercharged SV6, which also you guys loved, especially on TikTok. We got roasted pretty hard. But we wanted more, you wanted more. So then we did the green HSV. We wanted the taste of that HSV medicine and the Maloo delivered. Today, it's a little bit more special. We have this built 2016 Ssv Redline with the LS3. That's not the Ssv Redline.
Welcome back to Wheelspin Reviews, guys, and we are on another episode of Wheelspin Builds. And what better way, like Yadu said, than a 2016 built Ssv Redline. Now, what we're gonna do is take a look at this car, the build, deep dive into it, and then we're gonna take it for an absolute joyride. And join us, and we'll see how it goes.
Now, we've reviewed so many Commodores at this point, so is there really a point in looking at the exterior? Probably not. But this is an Ssv Redline and a Series 2 at that. So we have the beautiful clear tail lights. We also have this amazing exhaust. You guys are gonna hear it. It's a fully custom 3-inch straight through exhaust. You guys are gonna hear it. And then to finish it off, the Redline obviously comes with its own spec of factory rims and a Brembo brake kit. So guys, as my leg radiates from the heat we've generated in the brakes, I'm gonna introduce to you why we're here today. See?
You wanna hold the dyno sheet in your hand as well?
Sure. You have it laminated? Yeah. Right, it's the most LS owner thing to do. So we're here to talk about this. A built LS3 6.2 litre. The owner of this car bought the car, and within 2 months he sent it off to a shop where the entire motor was pulled apart and rebuilt. And well, I asked the owner about the mods that he actually did within the motor, to which he responded by giving me this. As every LS owner does, he's handed me the dyno sheet and he said figure it out. So yeah, figure it out, guys. Now, stepping away from the jokes, to actually get power on an LS, what do you need? Well, the good news is the limit on where you want to get power on these engines is quite endless. It's really where you want to draw the line. If you're looking at some spicy NA figures, you can get something as simple as a cam upgrade to get some really good 280 to 310 range. Now, if you want to push more power than that and at a safe rate, one thing they always recommend is you port the heads, because airflow is notoriously something that kills LS engines, and having more airflow is just the better way to go. Now, if you're looking at something even more crazy than that, like forced induction, whether you want to turbo it, supercharge it, or procharge it, then you're going to have to look at the bottom end. Now, bottom end, you're looking at hone block, underdrive pulley, possibly a forged crankshaft. You're looking at aftermarket forged pistons, and that's where the list starts to get really long. If you really want to get this car ready for boost, they recommend you do bottom end and top end. However, I've seen a lot of people have a lot of fun in these with just some head work. Now, more air is good, but how are you going to compensate that air? You need fueling. Fueling is one of the most important things when you're building an LS, and you got to make sure you have a good fuel kit. Whether you're running pump gas or if you want to run E85, a flex fuel kit is always a better upgrade, especially on a Series 2 where they don't have factory ones. What an engine. And one last thing I want to do is, if you don't want to open up your engine and you want to keep it entirely stock, but you want to add a little bit more air, you've probably seen these on Commodores before. They're notoriously known for being amazing at just increasing the amount of suction that the factory airbox restricts. These are the OTR kits. There's a lot of companies that sell them. This one right here is by VCM, one of the more popular ones, but there's also other companies like Awesome.
Okay, so now you might be wondering why I haven't spoken. That's because Yadu actually hasn't given me a chance to speak, because this is essentially his dream, and he has pretty much creamed himself to do this. Now, what I am going to do for you guys is probably what you guys have been waiting for, is start this up and we're going to hear it, because, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's an LS3 that's been cammed. Let's hear it.
Can you?
As you can see, this has the cammed V8 wiggle to it. But if you guys are wondering what this exhaust setup is like after you guys have heard it, well, it's pretty simple. It's got an X-Force headers, and it's also got a custom full catback system, and it's also got extra high flow cats, if you know what I mean. Extra high flow. I don't know if you guys can hear me quite well, but the exhaust tips are also 3.5-inch custom exhaust tips as well. Okay, so now we've talked about, I probably should get up from here. Now we've talked about what this build is actually like. Now, the only other thing we can do from here is, I guess, take it for a drive and really experience this build. So come with us and we'll go take it for a drive. Okay, well, as Yadu is about to...
Bro,
you got traction on.
Yeah. Full power cuts.
Are you serious? Bro!
Well, so Yadu is about to live out his dream.
Yep.
One of his dreams, actually.
You know what's even crazier? Sneed just turned the traction off like that.
Well, good luck, mate. Well, enjoy, because I know this has also been a long time coming. And we'd like to thank the owner,
Sneed.
Mr. Sneed. We'll make sure to leave all of Sneed's details down below in the description. His Instagram, TikTok, all the above. It's Mr. LS3 Jet, as it will pop up now. So make sure you guys go over and follow. We'd like to give a huge thanks. Thanks, Sneed. Thanks.
Thanks to Sneed.
Thanks, Sneed. We really appreciate you letting us take it for a spin and give it a good review. So Yadu is gonna start the drive review off.
So far, it's
So far it's the same. That all changes. Yep, it's changed. Alright, so that's another thing we forgot to mention. This is lowered. I don't know if you guys could tell from the video, but it is lowered. Now, Yadu, what's it actually lowered on?
the classic Commodore Special. We got triple SLs all around, as they should have been from factory.
Now, compared to like a normal Commodore, what is the difference in suspension for a Redline?
To the Redline? Well, if you have the...
Is that you exhaust?
Yeah, see what it is. That's what I was trying to avoid. Right, so this is a Series 2 Redline. Which is the one where they give you the dial? That's
I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
Did the R8 have it? It did, yeah. Should. I'm pretty sure it did.
No. I know what it is. It was a factory option. So you can get these with the FE3 suspension. FE3 is the Magna Ride. FE2 is what this has, yeah. So this is the standard Commodore suspension that come in all the cop cars. The torque is insane, bro. It's like straight away.
That's probably the biggest difference to your car, eh?
I haven't even touched the throttle, and it's like, but it's got like that rawness to it. It's got like it's got like a feel where you just feel like there's so much power under your foot because you barely touch the throttle. We've driven past the greatest car ever made, the VY Commodore wagon.
The VY Commodore wagon. Oh, true blue Aussie, mate.
So yeah, these have triple SLs on, the factory shocks. This specific car has the FE2 suspension. You can option these with the FE3. That's if you want the Magna Ride, the adaptive suspension.
That's another thing I noticed from the exhaust was when we were driving up, there was a lot of pops and bangs. Is this tuned to? No, it's not.
No, that's the real fueling, man. It's quite funny though, because the driving dynamics, it's just ridiculously fast.
It's just a very, very fast version of your car. But it is so much better in every aspect.
It is, yeah. It's obviously the Redline. It's nicer on the inside. You got a sunroof.
That is true.
Got to mention the sunroof.
Should open. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. This thing is so fast. It's so funny because like when it's rolling, I'm like, I felt this before, and then I put my foot down. And it's like, it's a whole nother world.
It's like an instant reminder that this is just not your car at all times.
You know what, Joel? We don't need to keep pondering on the fact that this isn't my car, bro.
But to be honest as well, another
Piece
thing.
of shit. You keep fucking explaining. You're like, guys, I want everyone in this review to know Ssv Redline is not a fucking VF SV6. I want to make this extremely clear.
But that's another thing that I will say though. Like, if I was to spec out my ideal Ssv Redline, I think this would be it. I think you were saying, like, you don't want to have this to be like
This is narrow as fuck.
very showboaty car. You want to keep it as OEM, as sleeper. Oh, a little bit of poo came out, man. I'm not gonna lie.
One thing, okay, so if you want to actually talk about real differences here, let's talk about the HSV, because that also has the LS3.
Right.
We drove a Gen F HSV.
The
which didn't
R8
come with
Maloo?
yeah, the R8 didn't come with an LSA, so it came with an LS3.
Now, comparing this to driving the Maloo, which is a Ute, obviously, are there any actual differences in the way that it actually drives and handles?
Yes, so the main difference, I'll start with the engine. Main difference is all LS3s have a factory valve that only activates at 4,000 RPM. So at 4,000 RPM, you can feel like a little switch go off in the headers and the valve opens up, and essentially like you feel the car have like a pulse of power. This car feels like that pulse of power is just there from the get-go, and it just feels very loose and it feels like it's just ready to go at all times.
How is this improved on that? Because obviously it is making
Yeah.
significantly more power, which we will tell you guys very soon, so stick around till the end for that, because I know you guys are dying to find out how much power this has. But how much more of a difference does it actually make?
So in terms of the power delivery, this thing has more low-end torque. It's not a substantially ridiculous high amount, because the car still grips up really good. But compared to the HSV, you can definitely feel it's more. As you get higher into the power band though, this pulls like no tomorrow. Like the feeling you had when I let go of the throttle and I went back on it and it would just pull you right back, that isn't in the HSV as much as this one from factory. These come with the 6L80. They can handle power. These gearboxes are known to be able to handle torque. But as in recent years, we've seen a lot of news reports with the torque converter mishap and everything. Like the automatic gearbox, it can get a little bit sticky, especially when it's really hot. This one obviously is in really good condition. This car also has incredibly low Ks, and that's a big reason why this gearbox is holding up really well. But as it gets up into the later stages of life, we start to hear some whines and stuff. The way it shifts, this gearbox is tuned. The upshifting is delayed,
Yeah.
but the downshifting is significantly quicker.
It also sounds amazing on downshifts. You hear those burbles, you hear the pops and crackles, and I believe this might bit of flame or two. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there. Saw a couple on the way up. I'm not gonna lie, and I smelled the fumes because I have my AC on.
But if Vic Paul's watching, this is all CGI.
No,
We're actually
this is
not
all
in a
CGI, yeah.
Commodore.
We're not in a Commodore. We're not in anything. Oh my god!
But it's actually good that we did that, because if you guys can hear it, that is the primary reason why this gearbox, the problem this gearbox has, which is when it kicks down a couple gears, there is a delay, and that's just how it is. That was in sport. All I did was put my foot all the way down, fully down, and the gearbox took a bit of time to realize what I was doing. However, that pull though,
Yeah,
was
look.
amazing. All right,
Okay, well I'm better.
I'm off. Joel's in the seat. Watch out for that dip. I'm gonna baby this guy.
also can't see.
That's fine.
You know what? That's fine, because we're just gonna absolutely mang it, and it really does not matter. My god.
Right, it's a lot scarier in the passenger seat. I can hear it from your... Right, bro, chill. Hell. Bro, this thing in the passenger seat is like a... This thing in the passenger seat is scary, Joel. I was so chill when I drove it, because I was
You
like,
were
yo,
so calm.
This just...
But you know what? You just know this car.
I do know the dynamics of the car.
dynamics of the car, but it. You know what though? Having come from driving yours, the R8, the other SS,
You can feel the build, yeah? You can feel the you can feel the Well, how do I put this? Like the linear upgrade. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I think we need to like do this, then talk, because my head.
Just shut up, Yadu.
Oh
my god.
I'm pressing the brake here, bro. How does it feel corners, Joel?
Amazing. It feels really nimble. Like it feels so planted. I think that because of how much power it has, and when you put your foot down, it just seems to grip so well. And you know, this isn't on the greatest tires, but it's seeming to grip around corners like really, really well. That's the only way I can explain it. Is like there's no traction loss. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could 100% kick it out.
You know what the craziest thing is? You know what the craziest thing is? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, chill. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Joel. Oh my god. Oh. I'm actually mind blown how scary this is in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Like
mate.
this is not what the Maloo felt like.
No, Maloo, no, absolutely not. So, Yadu, I think it's about time that we actually tell the people the power figures of this.
Power figures.
Because we've left it long enough.
So, power figures. I held up a dyno chart before, guys, and everyone wants to know how much power this makes. With a built LS3, this thing is making roughly 398 kilowatts.
Rear wheel kilowatts, mate.
And that's on a real dyno, guys.
It's on a real dyno, not a happy dyno. And it's also making 658 Newton meters of torque, which is a lot of torque, and you can feel it all right.
It's gonna spin. Oh, yes!
So we had the wanted level, but you know what? We're gonna scrap that. We're gonna do a Wheelspin builds, new rating system for the builds that we do. So starting new, episode 1 of Wheelspin builds. We're gonna do out of 5. How highly do we rate this build? In my opinion, I think this is a solid 4.5. 4.5 out of 5 build. It's not a 5 yet, because I know what the owner wants to do to this, and I think once he does do that to this, once he does do what he wants to do to this, which stay tuned for, I'm sure we'll get him on the review again, I think it'll be a 5. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely think I might buy a V8, like
Yeah, you piece of shit. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, chill. I didn't get to give my review yet.
Yeah, do your review.
I give it, I don't know. I want to give it a 3.5 because everything in terms of performance, power-wise, is just there. Maybe even a 4. I'll give it a 4 because the power in this is so relentless. Everything just feels, it feels like Holden made this car as it is. For me, it's definitely a 3.5 to 4 because I'm excited for what Ssv has planned for the next stage of this car.
Absolutely.
Like this can do so much more. It just feels like I'm just tasting like the surface crust
level
of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, if you guys have enjoyed this episode of Wheelspin Builds, leave a comment down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also to make sure to turn the bell icon on so you don't miss another episode of Wheelspin Builds and more Wheelspin reviews. And let us know down in the comments as well if you actually want to know and just come along with us for the actual build of this car. So who knows, if this gets enough views and likes, Ssv might actually he might take us along for the ride.
Let's go.
Build, so stay tuned.
One more thing I want to say, if you have a car like this that you've built, that you've modified, and you want to top this, message your boys.
Message your boys.
Catch you guys next time.
Catch you next time.
Peace out.
Peace out.